This video is presented by EA Game Changers. Thank you to EA for allowing me to take part in the early capture of Madden NFL 19. Although this video is presented by the EA Game Changers, please know that the thoughts and opinions in this video are strictly my own. Now, let's get into the video. What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in this video we're going to be showing the graphical improvements from Madden 18 to Madden 19. So starting off here, we have Malcolm Jenkins, and this is one of the best examples that I got. Just look how much better he looks in Madden 19. His face looks so much more like him, his skin tone's better, and just the overall lighting in the picture looks phenomenal compared to 18. It is the second year on Frostbite, so shouldn't expect a huge leap, but definitely for the graphics to get a little better, and you can see that here in this picture. Next, we've got Antonio Brown, and one thing you want to notice is he has his signature eye paint in Madden 19, which he didn't have in 18, so that's pretty cool. His jump isn't as big as Malcolm Jenkins, but again, his face looks a little bit more like him, definitely more defined, skin tone's better. Definitely an upgrade from 18 and 19 in my opinion. Up next here, we have a look at Deshaun Watson, and I don't think his jump is as big as Malcolm Jenkins as well, but you can see his face definitely looks a lot more like him, whereas in 18 his face looked a little bit more generic in a sense. Definitely looks a lot more like him in 19, and again, the skin tone is a lot more on point. Up next, we've got Leonard Fournette. You can see mainly with him, the skin tone, again, you're going to notice this on a lot of these screenshots. The skin tone is way better in 19 than in 18, and just the lighting in the picture is phenomenal as well. But again, his face a little bit more defined than it was in 18, looks a lot more like him. Definitely an improvement over last year. Next up is one where I feel like you see more of a jump. We get DeAndre Hopkins here, and again, not that he looked bad last year, but I think just the way, if you notice how much better the skin tones look, I think that really makes a big difference. His eye paint's a little bit different, it's connected now, whereas it was separated last year. Definitely looks a little bit more like him. Now this one is a really big jump in my opinion. Tyrann Mathieu, his face looks so much better to me. Correct me if I'm wrong if y'all feel different. His face looks way better to me in 19 than it did in 18. It looks a lot more like him. It looks way more defined than it did last year. Not that it looked bad last year, but he looks so much more like him in this picture. This is another example with Jalen Ramsey. Like, his face looks so generic in Madden 18 in my opinion, whereas in Madden 19 that looks a lot more like him. Again, the skin tone's a lot better. You can see again in 18 it kind of looks like, it just looks generic, whereas in 19 you can see that it looks a whole lot better. Moving on to Odell Beckham, again, I don't think there's a huge jump here, but I think the main thing, again, focusing on is the skin tone. Looks a lot more like his skin tone. It's more red, whereas in Madden 18 he looks darker. His tattoos are a little bit more visible, but if you look at his face, you can definitely see it's a little bit more defined once again than it was last year. And last but not least, we have JJ Watt, which I think is probably the one that's the most similar of all the picks. He looks pretty similar to Madden 18. Skin tone, again, is a little bit better. Lighting in the picture is better. But as far as his face, he still looks pretty much like himself. So those are the 9 comparisons I have. What do you guys think? Do you think there was a big improvement? Do you think it's not that much of an improvement? Do you think the graphics look better, or do you think they look the same? Do you think that any of these screenshots looked better last year as compared to this year? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.